Hi, I'm Paul Henry Carr, author of Containing Climate Change to Save Us. Last January of 2025, my grandson was living in Los Angeles with his wife and son as wildfires were approaching his home. He was prepared in the middle of the night to evacuate, but fortunately he escaped, which is much better than what happened to many of his friends whose homes burned to the ground, along with about 10,000 other residents of the greater Los Angeles area. Back in 2005, obviously, when he was much younger, he was among the 200,000 people who fled Los Angeles due to the flooding of Hurricane Katrina. Here's a plot of the number of billion-dollar events, and you can see the Katrina in 2005 stands out as being very costly, about 300 billion. Fortunately, from about the year 1980 to around 2000 or so, the number of billion-dollar events was below 7, as shown here. Alarmingly, however, and these number of billion-dollar weather extremes like wildfires and hurricanes has gone up dramatically to around 28. Back in 1979, here at the solar hot water heater panels on my home in Bedford, Mass. Back in 1974, during the oil shortages, I was waiting in line to fill my gas tank. That's when I first became involved. Oil prices had gone from about 30 cents per gallon prior to 1974 up to over $1 in less than a year. And my oil bill to heat my hot water had also dramatically increased. And I had to do something about this. So I installed these solar hot water heaters because my teenage daughters were insisting on shampooing their hair every morning before going to school. So my 50-year perspective, new technology, which I talk about in my book, caring theology, enabling economics are needed to save our ecology, in my book recently published in January on Amazon.com. But my book contains an important chapter, How to Reverse Global Warming Now, what you can do right now to stop and reverse global warming. So buy a copy of my book and share it with your friends. Thanks for listening.